Crystal Maiden at mid, keeping the push going. Like I said, I really like the play from the Scourge here, just constantly keeping the pressure on, constantly making them defend. Even pushing this mid a little bit and making them defend the super creeps in the larger numbers. The Sentinel have a ward up here on this hill, just trying to get vision of when they're roaming around and going to push, as from here to here is their only really place that they can farm. So this really not too bad of a ward. I'm sorry, I thought he was spotted by tower. He was spotted by this sentry ward, I suppose. I don't suppose, he was spotted by that sentry ward a while ago, the clockwork, when he went down at middle. Great split push, continuing from Scourge. Not being too overzealous and deciding we need to push now, but just keeping the pressure on, constantly having them move around. However, it appears that they will be forcing the team fight now at middle as they see him coming up to harass. Fairly close to the Cyclone stick. A silence going off on that Invoker. A little bit of damage done on the Night Stalker, but nothing he can't survive from. As this Dark Crow will wait up on this hill and come in for a nasty blink, I presume. And here we go. Yep. Very quick swap from the Vengeful Spirit. Doesn't really matter though, as the Scourge was continue to take the Sentinel down. The only kill coming from the Anti-Mage on that Crystal Maiden, which really doesn't mean anything. Anti-Mage bought back, lost all gold that he might have had. The game is already over, so it really doesn't matter. The Crystal Maiden buying back for lulz, I presume, doesn't want to miss the end of the game. As they continue to just go on the Sentinel here, a silence going off on this Anti-Mage, a Clockwork coming in and cogging. Just getting stomped. As Legendary getting that last hit on the Anti-Mage with a Void, I suppose. Down goes the Witch Doctor. Why isn't this a GG? They're found farming. Cyclone Stick, the only item up, really. A medallion on the Ancient Apparition. Not effective, though, if you don't have any damage at all. And can't live longer than a couple seconds. Great item choices from the Scourge, as well as a better game plan. I really felt that the Sentinel, I'm not really sure, they just seemed like they really got outplayed. It didn't even really seem like the heroes to me. It just really seemed like they weren't as good. They completely got out leveled and out harassed and out ganked. As you can see, the creep stats are abysmal. Not even 3 a minute on the Anti-Mage, who was attempting to free farm for most of the game. And the Scourge say, yeah, we don't have that much farm either, but we don't farm creeps, we farm heroes. As you can see, 12 and 2, 1 and 18, 8 and 11, 7 and 14, just absolutely ridiculous. The mobility of the Scourge team really helped lead to the downfall of the Sentinel. This blink, as well as nighttime, with being the Night Stalker, the hook having such good range, as well as the global rocket coming in at really good times. Very coordinated War esports game. As they will get a Roshan. I mean, this is pointless. I really feel like maybe the Sentinel should have switched their lanes around more to giving that Anti-Mage just solo top and rotating the 4 down to push. However, just like I said, it didn't really matter. I'm really just trying to help them out, but I'm not really sure what they could have done, as they just seem to be overpowered by this Scourge team's early push strategy. They were taking down that bottom tier 2 tower so early. The other team really didn't even have any farm. The Invoker needs a decent amount of levels before he can become any somewhat effective. And minute 5, minute 6 is not it. Especially minute 2 or 3 when they were taking that initial first tier tower. As we see a blink, a 5-man black hole. Absolutely ridiculous. They just, this is what I'm talking about, just completely being outplayed. It didn't really matter at this point, but they were doing things suggesting they were trying to defend and bring this one back. However, grouping up like that for a 5-man blink is not professional, son. You guys should be doing better than this. That was just very bad play. Yes. And I will go ahead and give it a pause here as the GGs come out and go into my in-game analysis. Excuse me, and like I said earlier, this gank ability of the Scourge team was just so high, and they played it so well. They did it to a T. It was perfect. They had rockets coming in from Clockwork at perfect times, Prophet coming into TP at perfect times. They were constantly turning 3v3s into 5v3s, and 2v2s into 4v2s, or 2v2s into 5v2s with that Night Stalker coming in with such high mobility during the night. As well as once he gets that Axe stick up, he pretty much has map hack. Just extremely outplayed where the Sentinel, they really needed AM to get some farm, and that bot lane was not really able to do it, was just constantly being harassed, constantly being pushed down.